everyone, so today we are switching it up a little bit today. We are doing a hair tutorial, which it's been a while since I've done a hair tutorial, but we were out on the hunt the other day and I wore these little little messy pigtail buns. I know some people call them I thought the space buns though were up at the top, but maybe you can also do lower space buns, but I'm gonna call them messy pigtail buns, I think is what I'm calling these things. But I wore this hairstyle the other day when we were out on the hunt, and some of you wanted to see a tutorial on this. I thought I did one a long time ago, but I don't remember what video it was or what we were doing. So we're gonna attempt a hair tutorial today. So anyways, longest story longer, we're gonna jump right into this. If you wanna see how I got these messy pigtail buns, whatever these are, if you wanna see how I got this hairstyle, then just keep watching. Okay everyone, let me get my mirror adjusted. I have not filmed a hair tutorial in probably 300 million years. I'm gonna give two different techniques. The first one, if you've seen my messy bun tutorial, it's similar to my messy bun tutorial because technically these are just two messy buns, like two low messy buns. But the first technique is going to be probably the easiest to replicate. Like I can give step-by-step instructions. Then I'll give a second technique, which is what I use now, which is kind of a wing it technique. So I know that one is it's probably gonna piss some people off. They're like, wait, you move way too fast. You're not explaining what you're doing. I don't get it. What's happening? This is not step-by-step. I'm mad at you. Goodbye. So that's gonna be the second technique. Because really, I just black out and wing it. And I'm gonna do that technique so you can at least see it and maybe it will make sense. Anyways, that being said, let's jump into this. You can do this on any type of hair. When I mean by any kind of hair, you can have curly hair, you can have straight hair, thin hair, thick hair. You can do it on long hair, shorter hair, not too short. If you can't get it into pigtails, then you're probably not gonna be able to do it. But anything shoulder length, I think you could still do it short. Sometimes the shorter ones are so cute. The little short, messy bun, little piggies are so cute. And if you're sitting there, because this happened to me, so that's why I'm saying this. When I was doing this hairstyle the other day, I haven't done this hairstyle in forever. And, but my hair was just it was freshly clean. It was kind of limp. It wasn't doing much, but it was also hot outside. And I was like, I want to do something different, but am I too old for these messy bun pigtails? Like, I'm turning 40 this year. Am I getting too old for this hairstyle? And I sat there and I was like, Ghoul, what part of your brain just said that? That is ridiculous. Get out of here. I am not going to live 40 years of my life. All of a sudden now I'm making rules on what I can do, what I can't do. You can't wear this. You can't. No, I feel like if I'm too old for anything, I'm too old to worry about any of that crap. I'm done. I am done worrying about it. Because I know 20 years from now, I'm going to look back and be like, why didn't you wear those pigtails, Ghoul? Who cares? And so I'm trying to live that life now. So I'm just trying to give you permission if you're also like that in your brain and you're like, Ghoul, I'm too old for that. There are no rules. No one makes the rules. There's not one single law or rule that says, over this age, you can't wear pigtails. It's not a rule. It's not. I'm convinced it is not. You know what? When I did wear the pigtails that day, I got so many dang compliments on my hair that day. So I almost let a silly thought in my brain dictate something that wasn't even real. Like it wasn't even a thing. So I'm just saying that in case there's a part of your brain that's like, I might be too old for this hairstyle. You're not. Stop it. Let that thought go. Let it go. Let it die with the rest of the terrible thoughts out there. Let it just go away. Go away. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker around here. I just want to put it out there because I had that thought. I was like, maybe 40 is too old for pigtail buns. I don't even, this is how I decorate my home. People come work on my house and fix my toilet, and this is what they see, and all of a sudden I care about pigtail buns? I don't even know who that was. I don't know who that was, but whoever visited my brain that day they're not invited. They're not invited back. Okay, anyways, let's talk about supplies. I'm gonna be using these little clear elastic hair ties. But if you're looking at this, if you have thick hair and you're looking at these and you're laughing because you're like, even looking in the direction of these, they are snapping in half. Totally feel ya. You can use a hair tie like this, like just an elastic hair tie, or one that has the spiral, whatever kind of hair tie you want to use that works best for your hair, use that. This is just for my fine hair. This works best. You're also going to need something, some sort of comb that has the little rat tail comb or any sort of point to where you can do your part, because we're going to have to do a part. Then optional is hairspray. If you have any little flyaways or anything you want to keep contained, hairspray. And that's it. I'm going to start out by, whoa, we're dropping stuff. Start out by parting this dang hair down the middle. This is not a perfect science. Just do the best you can. Generally look somewhat straight. Doesn't have to look perfect. Then what I do to try to get it straight in the back is I start with the part at the top, line up with that, and then just go straight back. And I don't dig into my scalp, like seriously, but enough to where I can separate the hair, and then I separate the hair. And don't worry about getting it perfect, or I don't at least. If it bothers you, then you can get it perfect. But for me, whatever's happening back here is not my problem. If somebody else cares out in the wild, that's a them problem. I feel like this video is somehow a motivational video. Okay, anyways, this is not a me problem, but if you're worried about it, you can always take your mirror and look behind you into another mirror, make sure it's straight, and then fix accordingly. Have somebody help you if you want it perfectly straight, or if you want to do some fun design, some little zigzags or whatever you want to do, go for it. For me, I'm not caring. I'm just not gonna, not gonna care. Okay, I don't know how it looks. You guys can tell me, is it terrible? If it is, again, I don't know what it looks like, so it's not my problem. Okay, we're gonna do technique number one, everybody. Technique number one, I'm hoping this works out. I haven't even tried this, but I think it's gonna work. So I'm gonna take, I usually use a medium size elastic, I think. Or do I use a big, no, I use the Big Daddy second. Okay, medium size elastic, so this guy. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hair, and I'm not gonna take this and bring it all the way to my scalp. You can if you want. If you like that tight look up here, you want your hair nice and tight and then messy bun down here, go for it. I like something a little bit that goes with the messy look. So I want it to be a little more relaxed, so it kind of give it a little bit of slack there. Not too much, like I'm not trying to look like George Washington. Just a little bit. And I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna do a big old loop. So I like a little hair left out. So I'm gonna leave some of that hair out. Uh-oh, I'm trying to do what I normally do. Okay, I'm gonna try not to do that part. Okay, so then I'm gonna, wait, hold on, I already messed up. Hold on. Let me get my elastic. So I'm gonna create a loop. So I'm pulling the hair through the elastic, but not all the way. So that way we have this loop here. You can leave as much or as little hair out as you want. Don't leave too little hair, because then it starts pulling through. It just, then you just have a ponytail and you don't have a loop. You want that loop. So once you have the loop and your tail, I'm gonna twist the elastic and we're gonna just tighten it. We're just gonna put it around. I hope this works. I'm thinking it is gonna work. I hope it works. Okay, so this is what we have, because I tightened it, I just twisted it, tightened it around. Okay, let's do the other side just so you can get a look at it again, just in case I did a terrible job explaining that. Okay, other side. We're gonna take, I kind of get a good, I'm looking at the monitor right now, but I kind of try to get a feel for the same, so they're even-ish. They don't have to be perfect, but you don't want to get one down here and then one way up here or whatever, you know what I mean? You want to keep them kind of in the same realm. Okay, I think that's good. So I've got my elastic like this, like a little pincher, and I've got the elastic wrapped around both my fingers, and then I'm going to pinch around the hair like that and wrap the elastic around the hair and leave like you're doing a ponytail. but you're not twisting, you're not tightening it yet. So don't twist it yet. So it's like you're doing a ponytail and then you pull it through until you just have a loop and a tail. So you're just not pulling it all the way. Like if I pull it all the way through, just to show you, it's a ponytail. And then what I would do with a ponytail is just twist the elastic to tighten it and pull it all the way through. And there's your ponytail. I have a feeling a lot of you already know this kind of hairstyle, but just in case, I'm not going to assume that everybody knows this hairstyle or how to do buns or the loop bun or whatever. So then I go in with my elastic like I'm doing a ponytail, but instead of pulling it all the way through, I'm going to leave, like I'm not going to pull this all the way through. I'm just going to do a loop like that. Then go in and tighten it. Whoa. And I'm going to wrap it around. Wait, is this lower? Why do I feel like this is lower? Okay. Then I'm going to take my loops and tighten them up a little bit. And you can just leave it like this if you like this look with just the loops. That's why you also want to leave some hair out, because when you go to tighten it, you don't want to pull, like, see, these will get shorter. So if you don't leave enough hair out, and you may not have a lot of hair to work with, and that's okay. You can do, let me show you what it would look like. Hold on. If I didn't, let me do a smaller bun, just to get a visual. Okay, here's smaller bun, and then you would just tighten it. You just wouldn't have all this hair down here. You'd maybe have a little bit of hair sticking out. But it's the same concept. You're just gonna have a smaller bun. You can play around with it. Do whatever. Oh wait, I pulled it all the way through. Hold the phone. Let me get my loop going. I wasn't focused. All right. Now let me grab my elastic, twist, and just wrapping it over the whole thing. And then I'm going to tighten that. All right. There's that. Now, like I mentioned, you can keep it like this. I call this the ball sack look a little bit. So you can totally leave it like this if you like this look. And you can even fan out these hairs, kind of spread them out if you like that look, something like this. Or what I do to get more of that messy look, I take the bigger elastic in this thing, the biggest one they have. And I'm going to use this technique. I did this in my messy bun tutorial. I think I called it the claw. I take my elastic, I'm going to form a claw with my hand, and I'm going to go in and just stick my hand in this hair like this. I'm just grabbing it like a claw. Then I'm going to find my elastic and just start wrapping it randomly. Like, don't think about it, just wrap it. Don't wrap it perfectly, just kind of twist it and wrap it. It's so hard to explain, but like I kind of twist it. And then instead of wrapping it all the way around the second time, I kind of just trap it in the center. So I have right in the center, I have an elastic, if you can see that there. So you don't want it perfectly wrapped around like this. I don't know if that makes any sense, but hopefully I'm making sense. We're almost there. So what I do from there, I gotta look at my mirror to see. You're gonna have these little loops, random loops. You don't wanna pull too much out because then you're gonna pull it out of your elastic. But you can see like there's a little loop here. I'm going to tug at that and kind of pull it and maneuver it. Then there's this guy here and there's the elastic there. So I don't want to pull it too much like down. I almost just want to fan it out. So I'm just fanning it out, like fluffing it, fluffing the messy bun. Then back here I have some stuff I'm going to pull at. And if you pull at the wrong thing, just start over. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it doesn't end up looking that great the first time I do it. And then, or one side looks so good and the other side looks ridiculous, so I start over. It's all part of the process, definitely. But it looks like a little, and then you'll get these little hairs that stick out. And it looks like a little, and you can loosen up here if you wanna loosen up here. So it's just two different looks. You can do something more like this, or use the second elastic to kind of trap some more of that hair. And I feel like this side is definitely more secure. It feels like this one feels a little loose. This one definitely feels more secure, but you can pull at it as much as you want. You can also tuck pieces. So you see the elastic right there. You can take pieces and tuck them in to the elastic. You just wrap it around the elastic and tuck it in, and it will add to the messiness. So you can kind of just play around with it however you want and just go as far or not as far as you're wanting to go with this style. But yeah, that's kind of, and I just kind of fan it out until I get like, and loosen it up until I get the style that I'm wanting. Then, well, if I'm doing this technique, you'll see the technique I end up doing, and I don't even know how to explain how to do that wait, why am I taking this out? No, Ghoul, go back, go back. I was taking this out. I don't know why. We'll go through those steps one more time because I feel like I'm not doing a good job at all of explaining this. I am the worst at explaining how to do anything. Sometimes I just zone out and do things and I don't know how to explain it. Okay, here we go. Here's our little elastic. We're gonna wrap it around. We're gonna pull our little loop through and leave it. Then we're gonna wrap it around the whole thing, including the tail. Everything goes into this to tighten it. Don't snap. Stretching this to its limit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then we tighten kind of stretch it out to tighten or fan it out to tighten it. There we go. Then we're gonna go in with our Big Daddy elastic and we're gonna claw this baby. We're gonna go in with the claw and then wrap it around. And you're just really, I don't even know where I'm wrapping it. It's just being little pieces of hair being pulled everywhere. This is how this one turned out. And then you see all these little guys in here. You can just start pulling at them or not. If you like this look, keep it like this. And see, I've got two totally different looks. So I'm trying to match them up. It's not like I mentioned before, not a perfect science. They're probably going to look more like cousins than twins, but it's just, you go with it. Just loosen it up, rotate it around, find little pieces, move those around where you want them, and you're pretty much done. You've got your messy buns. Then you can always put on a hat. You can put on a witchy hat. This looks so cute. Also, the great thing about wearing a hat with this style is you don't have to worry about the part in the back at all. It's already taken care of. If it looks terrible back there, there's a hat covering it, so who cares? Or you could wear a baseball cap with it if you're running errands. I also have my little cabbie hat guy that looks cute. This style looks so cute with hats. So cute. And just by itself, I wore it by itself the other day when I went out on the hunt and didn't wear a hat at all. And I loved it that way too. So you can really wear this any kind of way with any hat, a scarf, nothing at all. But you can tell when you look, they are different. They look slightly different, but not enough to tell. When you're out walking around, no one can tell, oh, you have an extra loop on this side than this side. There's a couple extra hairs on this side. No one's going to be able to tell. It's going to look a little different, each one, unless you can get them identical, but I have not perfected that yet. So the second technique is kind of like, I call it the don't think, just do technique. You just do it. You don't think, don't overthink it. If you overthink it, it's not going to turn out. You just got to do it. You just do it. You dive in, you go all in, give it your all, and hope for the best. But you don't overthink it, because once you overthink, it's almost like you need to just think about Halloween. Don't think about what you're doing. Don't even think about it at all. Just think about Halloween and terrorize your hair with a rubber band. And that's what I do. For this one, I'm just going to use the Big Daddy elastic. The biggest one in this. It comes in like 3 or 4 different sizes. There's teeny tiny and medium and big, I think. So 3 sizes. All right, so for this technique, I grab the hair where I want it, take my elastic, and I kind of combine the first technique, the first steps of the first technique. So I go around like a loop, but then halfway through the loop, I go ahead and twist, gather up the hair, wrap it around, and if you're like, oh no, my hair is getting all caught up in there, great, leave it. Just leave it. With all the random hairs coming out, all these random loops, just leave it. I'm gonna do the other side before I mess with it. Other side, same thing. Go in, grab the hair, I loop it, but before I pull it all, like pull it through and like leave it as a loop, here's my loop here. take all this hair, twist it, grab it, kind of tuck some of it in. You're like, oh gosh, this is getting all tangled in there. Perfect, perfect. That's exactly what you want. Then from there, you go through and you tighten it a little bit, or you fluff it, fan it, fluff it. There we go. So if you're like, oh, cool, that looks terrible on this side. Okay, no problem. I just go in. That's totally fine. I like to go in with a second elastic anyway to secure it. If I like the look of, like, let's say like this one a lot, I'll just go in with the elastic and wrap it around the whole thing and just to secure it. And I'll use a smaller elastic so I don't need to wrap it 100 times around there. But with this guy, there's all this extra hair that I don't really like in there. So I'm just gonna claw it, wrap it. Come on, wrap it. And there we go. Just don't think about it. Just don't think. Do not think about it. If you're thinking about it, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Oh, perfect. So then over here, I kind of want to add something to this. So let me loosen that. I'm going to claw it, twist it even. I don't know. Let's twist it. Let's see what happens. And then wrap it around, but not all the way. There we go. And then let's loosen it. And see this? I'm like, oh, I don't like that. Okay, fine. I just tuck it in to the elastic. No problem. Pull on the elastic, take this little ball sack and tuck it in. Like that. And then it'll create another loop for you that's a little tighter, and you can mess with that. And the cycle continues. So you can just twist it around. Sometimes if you rotate it or you fan out different areas, it helps. It's not a perfect, like you can tell, they're not perfectly perfect. They're not the same, but I just try to at least keep them similar sizes and then go from there. I don't worry about them being perfect because you really can't tell when you're unless you were to investigate very closely, you can't tell that they're that different. And then once again, you can put on, if you want to put on a hat, whatever you want to do. But I love doing messy buns. And they're different every time. Sometimes there's more hair hanging out, like more strands of the straight hair hanging out, and sometimes more is wrapped up in it. And if you want to try on something like this first, because it doesn't get as tangled in the hair. And sometimes, some of you might already have hair that's too thick. You're like, I can't use these things anyway, ghoul. But these tend to get stuck in the hair pretty easily. So if you're not comfortable using these clear ones, just use a regular elastic. Sometimes in general, these are easier to wrap around and claw and maneuver. So this might be easier, especially if you're just starting out. This type of elastic is probably going to be your best friend. And these, as you move forward, if you want to give these a try, go for it, or do a combo. You can always do a combo. So anyways, that is it for this tutorial. I don't know if that was helpful at all, but when in doubt, don't think about it. Just do it. Just start wrapping, and then whatever hair is hanging down, you're like, this looks terrible, tuck those in. You can even use some bobby pins if you want to, but I would stay. The bobby pins just start getting tricky because sometimes they want to fall out. I would just grab another elastic, try to wrap that up, and just get your loops going and then start tugging on your loops. That's my take on it. I don't even know what I did, everybody. I don't know what happens, but start practicing. Let me know how it goes. It's so hard to give instruction on how to do any hairstyle. And I'm not the greatest at hairstyles anyway, but I can do a messy hairstyle. If there's one type of hairstyle I can do, surprise, surprise everybody, it's a messy hairstyle. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hopefully you gained anything at all. If not, hopefully you just had fun watching me tug on my hair and wrestle with my messy buns and struggle to find any sort of instruction whatsoever. So I hope at the very least, I hope it was comical. Anyways, that's it for this hair tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Say, hey, ghoul, hey, down in the comments, because you know I love talking to you. And anything else you want to jab your jaws about, any questions you have, I'm happy to answer. Or if you're like, ghoul, claw, do I wrap it all the way around? Like, what am I doing? I'm happy to help. Let me know down in the comments. And yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.